Good morning and welcome to a day in the life of a full-time knitting pattern designer. Let's just start by getting up. I am editing the video and realised I have not told you that there's a pattern out, and I should be telling you that. So the NOSTIE tee is now available. It is a 4ply or DK weight t-shirt. It has all over lace and eyelets, and it has short sleeves or long sleeve or no sleeves. You can use NOSTIE 10 for 10% off until Sunday evening. I can't believe I forgot to mention that. So happy watching, and I hope you enjoy this video. It's something a little bit different. Good morning, happy Wednesday, April 1st. I'm out on the dog walk and it was a late start to the day. I slept in, which doesn't happen very often. Usually we're out the door with the dogs between 7 and 7:30. I was not out of bed until 7:45 and didn't leave the house at 8:15. So a little later today, but that is okay. I'll take some extra sleep if I can get it. We are at one of our favourite local walks this morning, and our favourite walk here has been closed for the winter. They do it to protect the trees, the tree roots, and I have a sneaking suspicion it's open today. So maybe we're going to get to do our favourite walk for the first time this year. I'm excited. I don't have a very full day planned. I have a very normal day planned. I've got quite a bit of admin to do. I've got quite a lot of knitting to do. I've got no social plans whatsoever. So maybe a little bit boring, but yeah, here's a little behind the scenes of life as a knitting pattern designer. Checking in. It's open! Oh, I'm so happy. It's been closed since maybe November. I'm so sad. Normally on Wednesdays we do a family walk, so Sam and me and both dogs. But because we slept in this morning and Sam has an early work meeting, I just brought the big dog for a big walk and he just took the puppy out locally. But I feel sad that I'm doing this walk without him because it's one of our favourites. We'll have to come back at the weekend and take the puppy. Normally there's a big fence between those two trees, here and here, but it's open! Happy spring! Oh, so happy. Back in the car. What a good walk. I'm so happy. I'm going to drive home. Sam made me a coffee this morning before I left. I'm going to drink some coffee and drive home, and I'm going to blast some Runrig. That is my current driving music of choice. Runrig are a Scottish band. I guess they've not been together for a long time now, but both my parents love Runrig, and my parents are divorced and have been since I was 2, so both of my houses growing up played a lot of Runrig. But if you're looking for a great driving song for this time of year, put on May Morning by Runrig and just like enjoy. It feels so good. It's like a dopamine hit right into my bloodstream. The sun, a nice walk, some coffee, and a good driving song. Right, time to go home and start the day. But what a perfect start. I'm feeling, my cup is feeling very full. lunch and crossword time. Good afternoon. It is 1 o'clock and I am upstairs at my desk. My office is such a mess. Yarn and samples everywhere. All over there and all down there. I've also been ordering a bunch of secondhand clothes on Vinted, and like to varying degrees of success. Some of it fits really well and I've kept it, and some of it doesn't fit very well, and so I need to like sell it on again, and instead of putting it with my wardrobe I've been putting it in here, but that just means that there's clothes everywhere. So much stuff. Anyway, today has so far been a pretty normal day. I tend to split my day into the morning and afternoon, and one of those 2 sessions I will just knit and the other one I will do admin work, and usually the morning I knit and the afternoon I do admin work. I find the morning quite broken up. 2 days a week I go for a swim. Sometime around 10, like the lane swims are usually between like 10 and 12, so like at some point in that time I'll go swimming, and I find it hard to get into focused work in the morning, but in the afternoons it's almost always completely chill. And also the dogs are way calmer in the afternoons, they usually just sleep, so I don't feel so bad just like yeah, they'll just fall asleep on the sofa and I don't feel so bad leaving them with Sam if he's working downstairs. So what did I think I could do? Oh, I've got 2 things. I thought what I could do is do a wrap up of what I've been working on at the moment, and I brought my whip bag upstairs with me, it usually just lives on the sofa, and give you a bit of a wrap up in terms of what I'm doing this afternoon in terms of admin. So I'm trying to put this so you can't see how messy it is, but you really can see how messy it is. Just don't look over there. I got a new bag. This is a boat and tote. It is from LL Bean. They currently have free UK shipping on orders over $100, I think, and I bought 2 of these bags. I have this one and I've got a plain white one with a zipper. And this is currently my whip bag, and as you can see it is overflowing because I have so many whips. So I thought I could do a little whip round up, a little podcast style, and most of these are book patterns. So I'm going to give you a little sneak peek at some of the things in the book. The book comes out in November. The deadline for all my samples is April 28th. So we've got less than a month. We're now in the month that the photos are being taken, and I'm mildly panicking. It's mostly going fine. I've got a few accessories. I've got 1 garment left to finish, and I've got a couple of accessories left to finish, and I'd like to get 2 more samples done. But that's definitely a stretch goal. Like, it would be fine without those 2 samples. So let's see, I'll go one by one through my bags and show you what I've got. So first of all is a book sock. It's not very exciting. There is a sock pattern in the book that comes in DK weight and 4-ply weight. This yarn is Retrosaria Rosa Pomar Mondim. This beautiful like ochre yellow colour. I'm ready to start heel. I'm not a huge sock knitter. I just don't have a huge, like, I've got like 5 pairs of woolen socks, and I never really find myself wanting more socks than what I already have. So I make them for gifts, and otherwise I don't really knit them. But my goal right now is just to do 10 rounds a day on the sock, and then I'm like, they'll be done by the deadline. Today I want to get the heel done though, and then tomorrow the gusset. So I'll get through them. The next bag is a mini bag inside my mini bag. This is a Trader Joe's bag that I got from a sample knitter called Cara. She sample knit for me with a yarn that I could only get in the US. So usually my sample knitters are UK based, but the yarn was in the US, so I'd said, are there any US sample knitters who would do the sample and then just send me everything after the fact? And she sent it to me in this super cute little bag. So it's currently got 2 projects in it. The first one is not a book sample. It is a summer whip, which again I'm hoping to have finished by the end of this week. It's Wednesday. It is going to be the goal. I mean, it might even be a pattern. I just really want to wear this, so like if I just finish it and wear it for myself. I want a button up t-shirt and vest with a couple of different closure options. I really want rolled edges, but I also want a very dainty narrow ribbing, and then I also want a no roll clean edge, and I want to have the option of sleeves or no sleeves. So here's where we're at. I've done the back and the right front today and to get the left front done. And then the way I break up my knitting, particularly right now where I've got a lot of deadlines, is that I give myself tasks every single day. So my tasks for today are do the heel on this sock and finish this left front. I'm using Santa's Garden Lena in the colour Raspberry Cream. I'm not a pink person, but I think this pink is bright enough that it's not going to look too skin tony. And I'm not sure if it's going to have sleeves or not. I'm undecided. I think maybe just rolled edges on this one, but maybe I'll go back and add sleeves. I'm not sure. Okay, number 3 is another book pattern. I'm not going to show you all of this, but it is a scarf and it is yellow and it is cabled. I'm using the Croft DK from West Yorkshire Spinners, but it's spun together with, I think, Jamieson's of Shetland. It could be Jamieson's of Smith. I think it's Jamieson's of Shetland. And there's really fun yellow. There aren't too many bright colours in the book, but there's quite a lot of, there's a few pops of things like yellow. I can't remember if I've got anything to do on this today. I think I don't have anything to do on this until tomorrow. I will have to check my to-do list and see. Right, next is a big one. This is a garment. This is my final garment for the book. It is knit. I just saw the button band. Sorry, I just saw a ball band for this yarn and I don't know where I put it. Like, it was in my eyesight for a second. Oh, it's here. This is the yarn. It is called Blasta, which is it's for Stolen Stitches by Carol Feller. I just really like the colour of this. I like the gauge, and Blasta means tasty. I presume also in Irish, but in Scots Gaelic. And I ordered it and then I wasn't planning to use it, and then the last few patterns took a while to take shape in my brain, and then it all sort of came together at the end. So what can I show you? It's got a really nice button band with an I-cord bind off. We have one sleeve done. We have a hood somewhere. This is the hood. And today I want to get 22 centimetres of sleeve 2 done so that I can finish this tomorrow. So 22 centimetres is half the sleeve, and what have I got, like 5 centimetres done, 5-6 centimetres, really not very much, a little bit done. I'm definitely a bit behind in my knitting today, but I have no evening plan, so if I get as soon as I get all my admin done for the day, I will move back to knitting. And I switch between projects, so like I will do 2 sets of decreases, which is about 5 centimetres, and then I'll switch to something else, and then I'll do X amount, and then I'll switch to something else. I don't know why. It probably is more productive to just stick on the same thing, but that's not what I do. I do sometimes, but not right now. It's like the very opposite of being a monogamous knitter. I still got 2 projects in here. Okay, this is also a book sample. It's very nearly done, but also not really. There is a scarf which is inspired by spinnakers, which are big, usually colourful sails at the front of boats. And I just love this one so much. So this is my second sample. It's in cashmere. It's going to have a ribbed edge, so the ribbed edge is added at the very end, but you knit the whole body of the scarf and then you add the ribbed edge. And the ribbed edge is like seamed on, but it's quite nice because it's a part, like you do most of the knitting, just knit the scarf, and then you get to do the funky stuff. And look how good the stripes are! Oh, I love it so much. It really reminds me of like a vintage sail. I am using, like I said, no, it's not Cardiff cashmere, it's Santa's Garden cashmere. This is Regatta Blue, and this is one of the 2 reds. There's like a scarlet red and a bright red, I can't remember which colour. The Regatta Blue in Santa's Garden Lena, I have so much of this. I have like every base. I have this, I've also got Atlas in this, I've got Pure Gint in this. I've got Tin Silk Mohair, I've got Tin Pure Gint, all in the colour Regatta Blue. Fully it's having a moment in my brain. And then last but not least is my mega long-standing project whip for the book. I think it was one of the first I cast on. It's still going, it's huge. It's a very, very large shawl. And it's just because this is just my, like, once I've done all my to-do list knits for the end of the day, then I do this. Yesterday I knit 2 rows. So at some point I had to take this seriously and get going a bit faster. But for now it's just like my very end of the day project. It has some stripes. It's going to get one more colour. It's going to get like a real bright blue. I can't see the yarn around me, but that's okay. And I'm trying to like show you without showing you too much. It's a big square. So you start with a cast on, and it's basically just like a giant raglan, but with no neck hole. So it's going to be being like a very large square, and it's got stripes. This is inspired by the houses at Tobermory on Mull, which for the Scottish people of a certain age amongst me, it's the Balamory scarf. So white, red, yellow, and there'll be a bright blue, and then some grey to finish off. And this is in canoffo ply, which I love. So yeah, it's still going. So those are all my whips this morning. I feel like I didn't do very much this morning. I thought I would got quite a lot of knitting done, but I really only didn't have that much time. I picked up the sleeves, and I picked up for the left shoulder of this, and that's all I've done. So I will say I have like priority admin, so like stuff that needs to be done this week. But until the book photo shoot at the end of the month, the priority this month is really knitting, so I can get my samples done. So let's talk about admin. I use Todoist. Is that what it's called? Nope. Oh yeah, it's called Todoist. Yeah, it is an app which is literally just a to-do list app, and I'm sure that there's way more. Sorry, my hot water bottle is slipping. There are way more fancy features than what I use it for, but I use it for the basics. Basically, I just use it for things I think are fun and easy, which is making myself tasks and allocating deadlines for them. So what do I have? I have my knitting app. My knitting to-dos are on this list as well. So like sock heel flap, 22cm sleeve, front left linen, etc. And then I also have I actually have not too much to do today. I've got non-knitting app in to do. So the main thing I have to do is that today is Wednesday. On Friday I have a pattern release. It is the NOSTIE tee. This is my original sample. I just can't believe it's like time for the first summer pattern of the year. That's wild, no? Ta-da! It's like a rib and lace texture. And it also, I had this one sample knit, and it's a little bit too short for me, but otherwise it's pretty perfect. Is this inside out? No. This is a long sleeve version. So it has long sleeves, it has short sleeves, and it can also be knit no sleeves. And it's in DK weight and 4-ply weight, because I just love making life harder on myself. So the pattern comes out on Friday. Now the final copies of the pattern are already with my tech editor for review. The pattern pictures are already done, and so I have 2 tasks on my to-do list for today for the NOSTIE release. I want to get the Ravelry listing written up. I can copy the entire listing from Ravelry to my website, so it says Ravelry listing, but really that just means like overall listing. And videos. Now I'm not making the videos. Oh, actually there's 2 things. The videos are, I try to just link videos to any slightly more challenging techniques in the pattern. So this pattern, for example, has a 3-needle bind off at the shoulders. So I just need to go and find a reliable 3-needle bind off video on the internet by someone who's much better at making videos than I am. And I'll link that in the pattern and the listing. And the schematic. Now at this point I think I have schematics for just about every design I do. But I'm going to have to go dig around for a good like workout which one I've drawn before. I'm pretty sure I've made a drop shoulder t-shirt before, so probably the Lusk pattern. I'll go find that. And that's all to do. I also have to clear my emails. I'm a couple of days behind on my emails. I don't have too many, but I do have like, I don't know, 5 or 6 emails. I want to make sure I get them cleared off today. And I also want to get the t-shirt pattern written for the linen t-shirt that I'm currently working on. That is bottom of the list. If that happens tomorrow, that's completely fine too. And tomorrow there's really not much to do. So if I end up with a bit more admin left over tomorrow, that's completely fine. Let's get going. I'm going to keep going, and hopefully I'm going to be interrupted by the post, because I think I've got some really exciting posts coming today. And I'm very excited. So let's see if that arrives. In the meantime, I'm going to put on probably some true crime. I tend to like true crime as kind of my go-to. Or I love a good documentary. That's the thing, I like a good documentary, and so many good documentaries are true crime. I think I just like a documentary. So we'll go see if I can find something to watch. Maybe there'll be a nice YouTube video. And what is it? It's currently 22 minutes past 1. I'm going to lock in till about 3:30, I think, and try and see how much admin I can get in the next couple hours. post came, not with what I was hoping for, but with something else. And they brought me something kind of fun. One of the patterns in the book is a felted vest, which is a cool concept in general. Like you just knit a vest and then you put it in the washing machine. This is what it looks like. Little sneak peek. You get a little bit of it. It looks a little like this. And mine is completely open, so like I just have a raw front edge, and I was kind of debating what to close it with. I like the idea of poppers, but like, you know, like snaps that you put in with the machine, and I'm gonna have more than one sample, so I think I'll do that in a different sample. But these arrived, which are from Hemline. Yeah, and they're toggles, which have these little like leather look bits at the front, and I thought they kind of look a bit cheap, but they actually look pretty cool. So they go like this, and then you sew the leather bits onto the front of the vest. And I might give it a go. It looks kind of cool. So I've got a very thin needle, and this is what it looks like. So there'll be one here, and I guess one, I'd have to measure it to make sure I get them right. And I think it looks quite nice. I probably should do the first one at the top actually, because then I can try it on. And it has all these holes around it, so I'm just gonna, I've just got some 4-ply. It's a different yarn, but it's a pretty good colour match. And sew these on. It is 6:30. The afternoon kind of got away from me. I don't really understand what happened between like 4 PM and now. I got a lot of work done. I really locked in and managed to get focused. I moved from my desk down to the living room because Sam had to take some work calls. So I came to sit with the puppy and she was sleeping. And it was really productive. So that is a good thing. I got a lot done. I was meant to go for a run this afternoon and I just did not go. I have pretty bad anxiety. And the only thing that really keeps it at bay is like pretty much daily exercise. I don't really exercise for any reason other than that it stops me from being anxious. And yeah, I've been running Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then swimming on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and the weekend bigger dog walks and just some general nice long walks. But the weather turned on me. I should have been a bit more clued in and realised and gone sometime this morning, but I did not realise how bad the weather was going to get. And now it's really miserable. It's very wet, it's very damp, it's super windy. I do not want to go outside for a run. So I might do some kind of exercise routine. Maybe like find a YouTube video and do that after dinner. But for now I'm just going to sit and chill. I'm going to do a little bit of knitting. I'm going to watch a little bit of TV. I'm waiting for a parcel to arrive, which is quite fun. And that's about it. I'm going to make dinner in a little bit. We tend to have dinner like 7:30, 8. So I'm thinking something like chickpeas, sun-dried tomatoes, paprika, yogurt, runny eggs, and maybe some like roasted courgette or something. That's what I'm feeling. I'm going to send Sam a shopping list, and if he sees it, he'll get on his run. He's on a run now. He's not scared of the weather like I am. And if not, then I will get it when I'll go out to the shops when he gets back. So yeah, that is about it, and I'm feeling good about this afternoon, about getting so much done, and now I'm going to pretty much lock in. I got very little knitting done today. So I've got some sleeve knitting to do, I've got some linen, some summer tea knitting to do, I've got a sock heel to knit. Let's just see how much of it I can get through. Usually I get all the admin, all the knitting done and not the admin, and today I got all the admin and not the knitting. Okay, my exciting parcel came. Once a year for the last couple of years, I have designed and released like some t-shirt designs, which are not knitted t-shirts, but they're like knitting merch. The goal is not to how do I say this? The goal is not my merch. It's not like Creabea merch. It's like merch for people that might want to wear it like under their sweaters or like to yarn festivals, etc. And yeah, it's been a couple of years in a row now, and so this is the third batch. There are 3 brand new designs. I've already opened them. One has a mistake. So I'll show you that one first. It is the Yarn Buddy, which is one, I'm sure I've got one. I just keep like a box here of my like oversized t-shirts, and I honestly reckon it would take me 2 seconds of digging to find a Yarn Buddy one because I have so many of them. Oh, that's not it. Anyway, I have a lot of them. We've done it in red and we've done it in blue. And this one's meant to be like an orangey brown. Now the colour has come out a little bit more like rich caramel than I wanted. However, the bigger problem is that I first previewed the designs like 2 years ago, I can't remember. And they were originally called Knit Club. And then a yarn store reached out to me called Knit Club, and it was a bit messy. It was kind of okay. There's a yarn store in Rhode Island called Knit Club, and like an online community, I guess, called Knit Club, and they've got a trademark. Now their trademark is not like, I'm in the UK, it's a US trademark. Their trademark is for social media use, and also like I don't think that if it was ever to be appealed that like Knit Club would stay a trademark. However, I'm not here to piss people off. I just want to do happy things, and so I changed it from Knit Club to Yarn Club. However, I think there's something that neither me nor the illustrator have clocked, is that we must have changed the original file. It says Knit Club. It should say Yarn Club. So there's at least one that has to be updated, but I'm also going to ask, it's come out like very caramel brown. I'm going to go a little bit more orange on this, I think. So that one is, I mean, it's not a disaster, but that is the one that I have to change. Everything else has turned out really well, and if anything, I'm glad it's a problem, like a really easy fix, and not something that's like an issue with printing or anything like that. So new design number 1 is called Stamps. And this is exactly what it looks like. It's a set of stamps that are meant to kind of look like vintage style stamps. And I might also go a little bit more pinky on this. It's meant to be kind of lavender, well, like lavender. It's coming out a little blue. Again, it could be my printing. There's like a yarn cake, a skein, a cone, a tape measure, some scissors, etc. Very cute. And then these ones are my favourites. So this one only has designs on the back. The front is just plain, and the back is Slow Hobbies Social Club. Oh, I love it so much. The drawing in this, the illustrator is Sarah from Denim and Rain Fibres, and is it Denim and Fibres or Denim and Rain? I think it's Denim and Rain. She took like a reference photo of herself to draw this, and the photo, the knit that she's wearing in her reference photo is my Lauder sweater. So like technically this is a Lauder on the back, which I love. And then the one I'm so excited about, this is meant to look like a bit like a vintage band tee. Or to be honest, even like a modern band tee, it's not really that vintage. So we made up a fake band, and the fake band is called Yarn Lovers. And that's on the front. And then on the back, it says maximum cozy tour locations, and then it has a bunch of locations that are all places that we came up with. So they say things like, let's see, like the bookstore in Reykjavik, craft retreat in Naples, the pub in Edinburgh, the knitting guild in Amsterdam, a coffee shop in Wellington, and so there's a bunch of locations on there. And then at the bottom it says Yarn Lovers Unite 2026. So there's one on dark, and then there's one on light. So I love these so much. It's a little dark. I'm gonna give them a try on tomorrow. I'm gonna check like all the placement and stuff is okay. Make sure like things like this heart, is it big enough? Is it where I want it to be? I'm very excited, and I'm really excited for the new designs, which is fun. And I need to get the other one changed. I can't believe both of us missed it. We should have known after the drama of the first time to go nowhere near Knit Club again. Anyway, that's so exciting. And whilst I was unpacking, I heard Sam come home with stuff for dinner, so I'm gonna go make dinner. And it is now 9:30 and I'm going to check out for the day. I spent some time after dinner folding some laundry, changing our bed sheets, those fun things. And I am tired. I really am. So yeah, 9:30. I usually go to bed at 11. I'm going to go get myself cozy downstairs. I'm going to have a cup of mint tea. I'm going to have a square of chocolate. And I'm going to knit until bedtime. I feel like today was fairly realistic. I spend, probably between like 2 and 5 hours a day on computer tasks, and the rest of my time knitting or knitting adjacent things. It always feels silly to be stressed about knitting because like it's just knitting. But when there are deadlines and things, even the knitting part can get stressful. But I ultimately know that I'm very blessed to be living the life I'm living. I am going to go. Thank you for spending some time with me. And I'll see you next time.